Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. My name is Marcus Future. You could call me the Timeline Man, and it's that time. It's that time again where I have to make a devlog because I told myself I would, and I don't have a script this time. Well, granted, most of winter I really wasn't doing much. If I'm being completely honest, with there was the holiday season, and then there was New Year's, and then I got kind of sad. But I've been working on it a lot in the past couple weeks, I guess, and that's probably going to be the majority of what's talked about here. So here's a couple things that have been going on that I will show you. I made the thumbnail for this one already, so I do kind of know what exactly I'm talking about. Right now, I do have a couple things to show. So, here we go. We have, women. Up until now, up until this finally got made, this is the first NPC, female NPC I'm going to put into the game, is this one right here. Up until this point, the only, female character in the game, the only woman in the game, was Vesta, and that was it. That was the only woman. And granted, a lot of the NPC base is kind of built off of the same base that I used for Vesta, so, you know, take that how you will. I've also got a couple other things to show, if eagle-eyed viewers might have seen it as I was over there just a second ago. I'm working on a door. You wouldn't think this would be so hard, but it is. It's been a pain going just from this to this and making that look like it is in fact the same door. has been a bit of a challenge. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, this whole season has more or less been kind of building the framework of Chapter 3 and kind of going back and fixing and cleaning up other stuff. And I say that because I'd like to say this fact: Chapters 1 and 2 are basically done. You wanna know how I know that? Because they have music, they have encounters, they have the mechanics, and you can play them right now. I released an early version of the demo for RPG Maker Web's Feedback Festival. I do have a little bit of bad news about that, which is this right here is my bad news. This is the demo. It only got 2 downloads. So by all means, it didn't do very well. It did not exactly. I didn't really get terribly much feedback from it, and for that reason, I'm keeping the demo up until I get the full 3-chapter demo out. I'm going to go back. I'm going to clean it as much as I can. But if you're seeing this video, and the video about Chapter 3 being done and the full demo being out hasn't released yet, you can go to the link in the description that should be there. Hopefully, hoping to God that I remember to put it in there. You should be able to go to that link in the description and get access to the early demo, and, you know, tell me what you think. You can put it onto the itch, you can send it into the Discord, you can put it in the comments of this video. Just tell me what's good, what's bad, you know, just your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. I need feedback so goddamn bad, dude. One of the big problems with Sunset of the Elements was that I basically built it in a bubble. No one played it until it released, and even after it released, very few people played it. And those that did told me that there were a severe number of bugs that I didn't catch because I was the only one who had been playing it up until that point. And I know how to play the game. I know how to play the game because I built it. So if someone who doesn't know how to play the game plays it, and they play it in a way I didn't expect, and thus bugs, I can only find out after that's already happened, and I'd rather that happens before people start paying for this game. You know? So that's fun. But yeah, there's been there's a battle theme that is I've been working on trying to work between. There's a fair amount of RTP music going on in the demo, but also a good chunk that's not. I might put this in the background here. The battle theme is something called "Riding the Winds of Freedom," which is a track I found from an artist called Hizumi Tale, which is great. It's very nice. I think. I mean, it might work a little better as a boss theme, but I think it works pretty good. Speaking of boss themes, since there's all of 2 bosses in the demo, I kind of forgot to put a boss battle theme into the game. Whoops. That'll be there when the full demo comes out. But you're probably wondering about Chapter 3 progress, and I can show you Chapter 3's progress right here and now. Chapter 3 takes place here, in a little town called Lake Given. This is honestly because I wanted the third group to be a very easy group to make the second and third parts for. Because while groups 1 and 2 are going to go off into different parts of the world and experience a lot of different things that are going on, most of group 3's story takes place here in Lake Given. It takes place in here, and it takes place on the lake. So most of the like the entire chapter is going to take place here. And also, I think some of chapter was it 1, 3, 1, 4, 7. Chapter 7. Chapter 7 will also take place here. So like, you're gonna see a lot of this place. So I'm trying to make it as interesting as I can, as interesting of a little town as I possibly can. It has a decent lookout. I think the map might even expand beyond this before all is said and done. So yeah, that's kind of been it in terms of big news. There's the preliminary demo, which you can go and you can download and you can take a look at. I'm excited that you guys can take a look at that. You might be wondering, why didn't you make a video about that before? And the answer is that I kind of just... Well, originally it was going to just be for people through RPG Maker Web, so that was really the only place I advertised it before now. But I've decided to keep it up until the full demo releases. But it also kind of feels like cheating on my original goals. My original goal for 2024 was to have 3 chapters done and have those 3 chapters bundled up into a full demo that I could release. Which is a little different from how I did demo releasing for Sunset of the Elements, which is I had most of the game done and then released a demo. Because that's kind of like how my thought process went, is that it allowed me to create the proper beginning. Because like I said before, the first part of Sunset of the Elements, that very first scene, is is one of the last scenes I added to the game. The dream and all of that, yeah, so I still don't even know how I fully want to start New Dawn for the Elements. I've kind of realized it's not particularly important for the demo of this game. I just want to introduce you guys to most of the characters. There will be in the demo 3 party members that you will not see in the demo. I know it might sound a little strange, is that out of a party of, I believe... Actually, no, 4 party members that you won't have in your party at any point. Technically 3 you won't see. You will see one of them, but they won't join the party. And that's actually in the preliminary demo, so you should go check it out. Unfortunately, that's kind of all I have to say, really. I've been working on tiles. I mean, I've got, like, a couple other things being worked on. But it's just kind of humdrum stuff from here. Is very much just build tiles, build faces. The most recent party member that's been added is Flora. They're the most recently added character. Aberforth and Aquarius had sprites before I even started chapter 2. When I was on a bit more of a, I'll do this in a non-linear fashion, I'll make parts of the game how I feel like it, and then that stopped working for me. My workflow, I couldn't get into the flow of working on various parts of the game at once, so I just kind of stopped doing that. So yeah, that's just kind of the state of things. So yeah, I guess if you've been following the development so far, that is part of this. Is that I've gone back to doing work in a very front to back fashion. Is I make this part of the game and then this part of the game. I'm also still doing what I've called the blaze cut method, which is just to very quickly cut through and make a bunch of content and then go back over it later. I guess most people would call this drafting, wouldn't they? Only drafts with video games tend to be like manuscripts and like paper and stuff, and not stuff you put in the engine. But it is I'm starting with the engine, which I don't know. This isn't normally how I do things. I've got this sort of method that's kind of working for me, and I kind of I make as much stuff as I can very quickly, and then once I've made a lot of stuff, I kind of go back. Usually this happens when I'm kind of like demotivated to work on more new stuff, as I go back and I work on the old stuff. So yeah, that's been the state of things thus far. Thank you for watching. I know like YouTube seems to like longer videos nowadays, but I really don't have much to say to fill time. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll have more to say once I have chapter 3 finished. Like I said, most of the mechanics are already done. Like I actually bug fixed the I guess, did I do that in winter? I fixed the gun shooting mechanic. I found out while I was trying to work on making the preliminary demo, I found out that if you end an encounter with Alexander's second attack, which is supposed to be what makes him reload, if you ended the fight with that, he wouldn't reload. And then he would never reload ever, which means you got the extremely powerful abilities of him using a shotgun always. I just couldn't have that, okay? So I had to fix it, and so I did. And I need to make a variation of the skill for Agni's gun, because Agni has 5 shots, whereas Alex has 2. And so, but that'll be come down the line because Agni won't show up until chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, until chapter 5. So that won't even be in the demo, so that'll be a ways from now. So yeah, like I said, thank you all for watching. Sorry this is a mess. This is why I was trying to start doing scripts for these, and that just didn't work out today. This time, I'm kind of running up on the end. I gotta get this edited. I gotta get the thumbnail finished and polished up. I gotta get scheduled. Yeah, this whole season has just been about cleaning up my past. Mostly cleaning up chapters 1 and 2 after I'd already finished them. As I stated, they are playable in the link in the description. Uploading me, swear to God, put it in there. It'll be so embarrassing if it's not there. So until next time, stay safe out there and look out for each other, because no one should be alone when the going gets rough.